From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New Orleans Saints. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Mills. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. The Saints at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Mills now. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. And some room to work. Oh, he bowls over it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 42 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Mills. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Play number 8 here on the opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. To throw, Mills. Quick slant, Dotson. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So out comes Justin Rohrwasser in the field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Rohrwasser's kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's gone. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, gone.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Play action now. Mills
rolling to his left.
Complete. It's Dotson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Mills to throw it. Able to connect with Dotson.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Davis Mills
with his 16th touchdown of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. from his end zone. Here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Well, get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the jet sweep, this is Eskridge. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets...
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. Nothing the score after 1 on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play fake, Mills. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
This offense on third down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw is Mills. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Mills. This pass hauled in by Dotson. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Throwing, Mills. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They go play action. Mills. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Coming across the field, he finds Dotson. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
You can't have a drive go further without scoring than this, but that last yard sometimes can be the toughest. This is 3rd and goal.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
Rowasser's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the trade, and I think it was a smart move.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Renfrow bringing it in over the middle. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
So the false start will back them up 5.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. To throw is Goff. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Goff. The open man here, Renfrow.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
3rd and 5. This will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Goff. There's Tremble, the tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bengals with work to do in this 3rd quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. Escapes the defender. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half of their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Mills. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing on third. Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the... Now a give, running left is Harris. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Well, you see the speed there of Daxton Hill reaching him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
Two things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Mills. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mills now. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into fourth down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
On second down, they'll run it here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno.
incomplete here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Play action. It's Smith. Steps away. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Smith. Going deep here for Landry.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Complete, it's Dotson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They hand this off to Harris. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 33.
68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
To throw, Mills.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Mills to throw for it on 4th.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Porter gusted. credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Edwards. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Again, it'll be Edwards. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? Third and goal. They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 24 yards the game there. Another first down as well.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw is Mills. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Mills on first down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Mills. This pass hauled in by Dotson.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Throwing, Mills.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Bengals drive about to get going.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Geno now to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Geno. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Geno on first down. Completes it to Coleman. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Smith's throw caught by Olave. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Smith throwing again. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now back to throw. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23. A handoff, Coleman between the tackles. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Chris Jones, the all-pro defensive tackle, there to make the play defensively.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Let's go now.
2nd and 7.
Smith now to throw.
There's Tremble, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Cooper, my team. Clear the line.
Now it's Smith. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
That's to his running back, complete.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now Smith. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and they take the lead by a point, 17-16.
Makes the score Bengals 17, Saints 16.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Saints take over 1st and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Mills back to throw.
Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one will ensure that it'll take a touchdown and the 2-point conversion to tie this thing.
Bengals 24, Saints 16.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. One last shot from Mills. And Dotson, he's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Bengals, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.